Welcome to episode 39 of the Dirty Balls podcast, which we're having to start while Alan is still sitting down because he doesn't know how to edit videos. And we are very excited because we've got something great to talk about later. But before we get into all that, we've got some trips to talk about. We've got everybody's favorite segment. And we've got an opening rant, which I would like to get into now. But first I have to pull up the article, but I can go ahead and set it up while I'm getting it. So the Atlantic League, you guys know where I'm going with this, did something during their All-Star game that a lot of people agree with and a lot of people disagree with. And I just, felt like putting a couple of cents in. Can't find the article. But anyway, what they did was they used a electronic strike zone. And it uses, I think, what does it use, like an iPhone that's connected to something that relays the balls and strikes back to the umpire, and then he says it. Okay, I'm pulling up the article right now, but I, for one, don't like it. All right, now I got the article. I'll explain why I don't like it in a minute. The Independent Atlantic League became the first American professional baseball league to let a computer call balls and strikes Wednesday night at its All-Star game. Plate umpire Brian Lastname, because that's difficult to pronounce, wore an earpiece connected to an iPhone in his pocket and relayed the call upon receiving it from a TrackMan computer system that uses Doppler radar. That's right, the weatherman is calling balls and strikes. He crouched in his normal position behind the catcher and signaled balls and strikes. Until we can trust this system 100%, I still have to go back there with the intention of getting a pitch correct, because if the system fails, it doesn't pick a pitch up, or if it registers a pitch that's 1.5 feet off the plate as a strike, I have to be prepared to correct that, DeBoer said before the game. Anyway, I'm not a fan, mainly because it's by a phone, and if it does call, it could get stuff wrong. There was a ball like 1 foot off the plate that they called a strike, and the umpire had to manually correct it, which kind of makes the whole thing redundant. If you're going to manually correct it if you know it's wrong anyway, then you're just being a regular umpire at that point. But the redundancy is not the reason why I don't like it. The reason why I don't like it is because of the same reason why I don't like instant replay. I'm going to throw some names out here. Billy Martin, Earl Weaver, Bobby Cox, Tommy Lasorda. I'm just throwing names out here. People love it when managers...
Tommy Thompson.
Corey
Ragsdale.
Yankees guy the other day that got suspended for a game. Forgot his name. Boone. People love it when the umpire people hate it when the umpire makes a bad call, but people love it when a player or a coach or a manager goes out and argues that call and gets crazy and throws stuff and kicks dirt and steals third base and walks off the field with it. Milton Bradley threw a bucket of balls everywhere. Just moments like that, people talk about for years. People still talk about the famous rants from Earl Weaver and from Billy Martin, from all those people that I mentioned already. And instant replay has already taken that bit of personality out of the game. Not completely, but it's taken out a lot of it. You don't see managers getting riled up and going crazy anymore because all they have to do is put on a little headset and stand there for a minute, and then they've got the right call. And people like to say that baseball's boring. People like to say that there's no personalities in baseball. Well, there are, but stuff like this is going to be the reason why they continue to disappear. I don't like instant replay because it takes a whole part of the game that's entertaining and funny and that people love and makes it even smaller, and this is going even farther in that direction because you can't argue an iPhone. You're wrong, I hate you, you're stupid. You can't do that. An iPhone can't eject you from the game. They're just, as much as we hate human error, it is a necessary evil that makes games more interesting.
True that.
Well said.
We have any other thoughts on that?
Well, I think it might have been the same game, or I don't know, but they called the guy on third strike. It was above his head with the whole computer thing. So I don't know. I like it, but I don't like it. Because the South Atlantic League umps suck butt anyway, and they don't even know what the strike zone is. So they need all the help they can get, whether it be from the weatherman, a computer, a Ray Charles, it doesn't matter. They need help. So I want to make the game, you can't make it 100% correct, but you want to get it as close as you can. But I'm like you, I want the drama of something going. I don't want nothing to go wrong, but if it does, I want to get my money's worth, and I want somebody to argue those calls. So
It's fun to watch. People who don't even like baseball are like, "Hey, did you see that video of Earl Weaver? Like, the radio rant with the tomato plants." That's if you haven't looked it up, go look up Earl Weaver Manager's Corner rant. It's amazing. But
make sure the kids are on there.
make sure, yeah. Viewer discretion on that one. It's Earl Weaver, But I want to see that anger. I want to see that passion. I want to see that personality. Jennifer?
Word.
That's it? Word.
I mean, it's the same thing as like hockey. You want to see the fights in hockey, yeah.
Yeah.
Until you said that, I would have thought that having the robots calling the strike zone was a good idea. But then you brought that up, and true that.
Yeah. Imagine hockey with no fights. It'd still be a great game to watch, but it's just a certain really entertaining part of it being taken away. All right. So if there's no other thoughts on that,
Let's go on a trip.
okay, it's time for everybody's favorite segment. It's time for everyone's favorite time of the week, or at least mine. It's time for the one-star game, who we still don't have a better name for. So today, we're going to travel. I almost ruined it. I almost ruined the whole game. Today, we're doing it just a little bit different because I found a couple of very short reviews that I thought would be funny.
All for the same place?
They're all three for the same place. It's just a series of reviews that I thought got less and less descriptive as they went and were pretty cool. All right. So, here's the first one. It goes, rude people, obnoxious drunks, handling horrible vulgar language.
Hickory.
The next one, they never win and it always rains.
Hickory.
The third one, and this is my favorite one, it's from a gentleman named Caleb Kirschbaum. He has 17 reviews, and they are all just about as descriptive as this one. And his entire review goes as this. Boring. That's it. Just one word review. Just boring. That's all he said.
We need to make a list of all the places that we've already done the reviews for so I can
Oh, I could go back.
re-guess them.
I could go back. I never said I wouldn't go back. But yeah, rude people, obnoxious drunks, vulgar language, never win, always rains, boring.
Why would you put a review as they never win? It's not like they're going out there not to win.
Because people don't understand what reviews mean.
But let's see. Asheville is my guess. Because the drunks, because they got the beer there. And I could see it raining a lot because it's in the mountains. But boring, I don't know about boring, so I don't know about that one, but I'm going Asheville.
All right, well, you're on the right path because you did say mountains, but it's not Asheville. So, Jennifer, I just gave you a huge hint by saying that he was on the right track by guessing it was in the mountains.
And we've been there.
And we've been there.
I don't know where else we've been in the mountains other than Tennessee.
Say that.
The Smokies.
The Tennessee Smokies. Well, Jennifer, I basically handed it to you on a plate, but yes, you were correct.
That's the cup I'm drinking out of today.
Those
How
were three
crazy is
reviews
that?
from the Tennessee Smokies, a ballpark which I thoroughly enjoy, a ballpark that I might even put in my non-Hickory top 5. But apparently, Caleb Kirschbaum thought it was boring. Apparently, somebody thought that it rains a lot. And hell, I mean, they might lose a lot, but it's a Cubs affiliate. What do you expect? I don't know about the other one. Obnoxious drunks. There weren't any the 2 times that we went.
We didn't go on a Thursday.
That
We
was
went
probably
during the day.
That was probably a Thursday when they'd done that review and they didn't understand what Thirsty Thursday was.
I went with you guys on a Sunday, and I went by myself on a Saturday, and there weren't that many people that were drinking too much on the Saturday, and I feel like that's besides Thirsty Thursday, the main day for it.
Was it a late night game?
Yeah, it was at 7.
What?
That was when I went to go see Jameson Fisher, and you guys got mad at me for going without me.
I've seen Jameson Fisher twice this week.
I have not. Speaking of drinking, we both went on trips this week, or last week. And, Jesus, Alan, all right, whatever. You guys want to talk about yours first, or you want me to talk about mine first?
It don't matter.
You guys talk about yours first.
We'll go in alphabetical order. You went first.
Okay, cool. So on Saturday...
Are we going in alphabetical order by first name or last name?
Of the team.
Oh, okay.
Or do you want to talk about the 3-game series with Kannapolis before we get into all that? Because I wasn't there and you guys were.
Kannapolis came later.
Yeah, we're doing it in order.
Okay, all right, we're going in order.
Well, if we're going in order, then you need to go first, right? I don't know.
Our trips were on the same day, Jennifer. Let's
okay.
talk about them. I'll go first because Asheville starts with an A. And Down East starts with a D.
And then Winston-Salem starts with a W.
You know what none of them start with?
Okay.
Okay, and I know somebody that's happy about that. And you have to put that back up because I just messed everything up. All right, so on Saturday I went to Asheville, which is definitely maybe my second or third favorite minor league ballpark. It's right up there with Frisco and Greenville, and there's lots to love about Asheville. If you want to go and watch Jeremy's video that he made there, you can do that at Conrad's Cowbells on YouTube. There's a free plug because you gave us one in every one of your videos. And so we went there, and it was a 6 o'clock game, and we got there an hour and a half early, and it was already lined out because it was a jersey giveaway. And I got the jersey, and so did Jeremy, and they were very cool jerseys. And I also got a hat that I was going to wear today, but it didn't work because Alan said wear red, and I got this on, and, you know, later. But, so, first thing I did was get something to eat. I got the Philly cheesesteak, which is really good, not quite as good as the brat that I ate the last time we went, but still really, really
Nobody cares about the regular food they have there.
good.
Did you have some sweet stuff?
No, I did not have sweet stuff because
I don't even know why you went.
Because I don't like to mix alcohol with sweets. It's just a bad reaction in my stomach. Which brings me to my next point. I got the beer bat.
Yay!
Yay!
You might have the beer crabs. Anyway.
I finally got my first beer bat. I'm still hoping that Hickory decides to do one soon. The beer bats are cool. If you've not seen it, it is a beer cup that looks like a baseball bat, and it has the team logo on it, and it holds 24 ounces, and you can drink it very quickly because it's almost like a funnel.
What did you get yours filled with?
Bud Light, and it was stale and not that cold. But I still drank it.
You got some Angry Orchard.
I didn't want Angry Orchard.
I wanted beer, not hard cider.
I don't like Angry Orchard. If I'm getting hard cider, I want to get my favorite one, Bold Rock. I don't want Angry Orchard.
True that. I'd rather have Bold Rock than that.
Yeah, but anyway, I got a Bud Light because they didn't have Budweiser. They just had Bud Light, and I like regular Bud better because I'm not fat. I don't have to worry about light. But it's okay because we went to a bar after the game, but I'll get to that in a minute. So the game was really cool. They lost by 1 run, and they had a great chance to open the game up at the end, but they didn't because, well, let's face it, nowadays in all of baseball, everybody's way more concerned with swinging for the fences than they are with situational hitting. Nobody wants to beat the shift. Nobody wants to just get a sacrifice out or get the run in or get a nice solid single. Everybody's swinging for the fences, and because of that, it lost them the game. But hey, I'm not a coach, and neither is Alan, as much as he likes to pretend to be.
He's a motivational
speaker, but not a coach.
Just do it.
Just do it. Alan came up with that. Nobody else came up with that but Alan.
Trademark.
That's his trademark. I mean, what more can you say? It's Asheville.
Who was Asheville playing? Did you say that?
It's a beautiful stadium. I forgot.
It doesn't matter.
I really did forget who they were playing.
He got drunk.
No, I didn't. I want to say Delmarva, but I can't say that because Hickory was playing Delmarva that night, which I just now remember. Maybe it'll jog my memory if I look at these logos right here.
No. The one that we're missing.
No, it did. It might have been that guy. I don't remember. I I wish it was Charleston so I could see my old friend Anthony Siegler again, but it wasn't. It was a hot, humid day. We thought it was going to rain, but it didn't. It did a little bit when we were leaving. We got to do the classic, up on the soccer field at the end, which is a beautiful view. Probably one of the best views in all of baseball is the soccer field above Asheville. If you ever go there, definitely go up there and sit up there. But yeah, good food, stale beer, but in a cool glass or cup, and decent game that they lost, but it was a very good game all throughout. And if you want to see the whole thing, giveaway jersey. And if you want to see the whole thing, it's on Jeremy's YouTube channel. So go to that. Then after the game, we went to a really, really cool bar. But we had to go to a lame bar first.
Why'd you have to go to a lame bar first?
Well, we just parked in a random spot and started walking around downtown trying to find like a cool bar or something that, we thought was cool. So we walked into this first bar, and there was a guy playing live music, but like nobody was listening. And they had a couple of TVs. One of them was playing the Red Sox and Dodgers, and one of them was playing the race that was on. And it was just like, it wasn't that cool. So we left, and then we went to another bar, and it was called the Yacht Club. And this place was so cool. We walked in. First of all, you could not see shit, and it's like about the size as the room we're in right now. It was a tiny bar, but. So it was really dark, and there was like gothic theming everywhere, and like they were playing punk rock all throughout.
The Yacht Club.
Yeah, and the bartender looked like he just walked out of Hot Topic, and I don't know, it was just a real cool place, kind of gothic punk rock theme, but there was also like boat stuff everywhere, but it was a weird combination.
Yeah, that goes.
It was there was nautical theming in half the bar and dark. Like I was just saying in the other half of it, it's all together. Didn't really make a lot of sense putting those things together, but it was a cool bar.
And what you have there?
And we met a lady there whose cousin plays for the Dodgers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do some drinking?
I had 2 beers. Didn't spend a whole lot of time there because we had to go home, but yeah, it was nice. So you guys went on a trip too.
And our favorite rocket ship.
Zooming through the sky.
But we're not little, so we're not Einsteins.
Well, one of us is.
Just talk about the trip.
We went to Down East last Saturday. Josh Advocate, our player from last year, his mom came from Arizona with her boyfriend, and we drove down to Topsail Island to meet them there to have pizza at Max's Pizza, and it was good. We sitting there, and all of a sudden we heard this loud commotion, and it was thunder, and we could just watch the storm coming straight towards us. And we was like, all right, well, if we're going to go out on the beach, we need to go now. So we went down to where we could get on the beach, and it started raining. Decided to not do that, to go back to the stores and get some souvenirs. And
I'm jealous. It sounds like an awesome trip.
it was okay. The beach part, I mean, they don't have the swinging bridge. If you've ever been to Topsail Island, they have a swing bridge. That's how you would get on the island, and for the boats to pass through, they'd swing. But they done away with that. Now they got this huge bridge you got to go over. It takes you into some roundabouts. They thought it was going to not be congested and save you time. Well, guess what?
It was congested.
They're
and
wrong.
didn't save you time.
It sucked. But so yeah, we left there and went straight to the stadium in Kinston, because they were giving these snow globes of dude, because it was Christmas in July, and we pulled in just as they was opening the gates.
Did you get the jersey?
No, we don't have the money, and plus we wasn't going to get Josh's jersey since his mom's there, and there was a ticket lady. She wanted Yanio's jersey, and we've got enough. So, but yeah. But what was cool was when you walk in, they take all their broken bats and gloves and balls and stuff like that, and they're not auction, but you can buy it, and all the money goes to a children's charity. Well, the night before, Yanio hit a walk-off home run, and when he was coming home, he took his helmet off and slammed it on the ground in excitement. Well, it cracked it, and it's for sale for $100. So anybody wants to donate me $100 to get Yanio's helmet, if it's still
Somebody
there.
probably bought it by now.
Hope not. So we'll see. But yeah, it was great. Yanio was on fire. Saturday, it was hot. We won. I don't remember the highlights. But we went Sunday because Josh was expected to pitch Saturday or Sunday. Well, he didn't pitch Saturday, so he was like, all right, well, we wasn't sure if we were going to go to the game or just go home because it was flipping hot. And, well, since Josh didn't pitch Saturday, we went Sunday. He came in. Noah Bremer, he came back from his injury, and he looked phenomenal. And then Josh came in, and this is the first time we've seen him pitch since opening day in Down East. So, and he was on it. This kid is doing awesome things. He pitched not last night, but the night before, and man, he's killing it. So keep it going, Josh. So, but yeah, that was our trips for this past weekend.
Food, drinks, cool stuff about the park that might have been different from the last time we went. Anything like that?
I had Dippin' Dots. They were good. They also have some Dippin' Dots there that have Pop Rocks in it.
Yeah, they have their own Down East Dippin' Dots. They're orange and green. So
They ran out of green, so it was just orange.
So yeah, Jennifer was in it. She was wondering which one to get, the Down East or something else. And I'm like, well, you're not going to get the Down East anywhere else.
Actually, Lucas said that. Then Alan jumped on that bandwagon.
And I said he was right. There's not many times that the kid's right. But I got some loaded nachos. They were pretty good because we went and sat down under the Mother Earth Pavilion where the ceiling fans are until Josh started pitching. Then we made our way around. We got to see Jocelyn. She was there. And so it was a good time. Like I said, it was just hot, but other than that, it's baseball. It was fun. So, and then
We were having fun.
Oh, Jung's chant, man, that I love that.
I'm Jung.
It's young.
Young?
Yeah.
It looks like Jung.
It does look like it, but it's young.
I don't know why, because
That's weird.
it does not compute.
But yeah, this week we played who, Jennifer?
Oh,
You, the dads. Who did we play? Let's get into that.
Canapolis.
Okay, we played Canapolis.
Canapolis.
So,
All right. Well, I was only there for one of the 3 games. I was there Monday, and it was a good game. We won, 8-1 on Monday?
That is correct.
There were 3 home runs in the game?
No, there were 4.
There were 4 home runs in the game. Canapolis, the starting pitcher from that night. To quote a famous country song and change it a little bit, you'll never make it to Birmingham.
well, we were doing the Oprah thing. You get a home run. You get a home run. We all get home runs.
You'll never make it to Birmingham.
So, but yeah, their whole pitching this week sucked. So everybody was getting hits and homers. So
Was it a sweep?
Yes, it was.
All right, getting out the brooms. I was at work on Tuesday and Wednesday, so I didn't really pay
Tuesday,
attention.
Josh Young made his professional debut. He was our first round draft pick this year out of Texas Tech. So he pretty much killed it.
We know a guy from there.
Yeah, we know. He needs to get on his stuff and get back to Hickory. Tanner. So
Yeah, way to be subtle about it.
yeah, you know.
Tanner!
But yeah, we missed that guy. So we want him to hurry and get back. But yeah, Josh is doing good. The guy that's here for Josh right now, he's doing awesome. So, anything you want to add, Jennifer?
All right, so
What did you want me to add?
You got all those notes over there.
I just have the scores of all the game and who got home runs.
I think it's weird that it was only a 3-game homestand. Like, you
Yeah, I
think they'd
didn't
stay
like
a
that.
little bit longer than that.
I didn't like it, but I liked it because that means I got rest.
Well, I only got to go to 1 game. I get to go to more next week because I'm working the day shift next week instead of the night shift, so I get to probably go to all the games next week.
You working Saturday?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Why's that? Oh, okay. We're going back, or y'all are going back.
Nobody has made any kind of decision.
Well, you know what? I might try to switch with somebody that has a day off that I work, or like I have Friday off. I might find somebody that wants to switch with me.
Okay.
All right. Well, Jennifer, last week the answer to our review game was Nashville, and then after the podcast ended, you did a little bit more digging, and you found that these Tennesseans or Tennessites, or I don't know what the denomination of Tennessee residents is, but they are pretty passionate. They really love their reviews. We got some local guides here, and since you found them, do you want to read them?
No, you go ahead.
Oh, come on, I'm reading everything today. I'll read the second one. You at least read the first one.
No, I don't want to read that one.
Okay, all right.
Well, I'll read that one good one.
Go ahead.
Alan's illiterate, so we can't let him do it.
That's right.
All right. Well, I'll do both of them then, I guess.
Do you have my favorite one on there?
I am the host, after all.
Do you have that one? Is it that one? That one?
Yeah, I have.
That one. I'll read that one. That one's
Okay,
my
all right.
favorite.
Well, I'll go with the first one. This one's 2 stars. So it comes from Jessica Garcia, who has 112 reviews. Now, I don't really trust these people that have 112 reviews because they're just out here reviewing stuff willy-nilly. They're out here reviewing Burger Kings and gas stations. I want somebody that has 4 reviews because that means something had to really happen for them to be like, okay, I'm reviewing
take
this.
The time to review
I only have a few reviews. I reviewed the AMC movie theater in Hickory because I really don't like it. Because I just think if you only have a couple of reviews, you're a lot more trustworthy because it had to really be some shit for you to get on there and actually write a review. But anyway, here we go. Gotta love a good baseball game. Starting out positive, especially when the home team is winning. We went on 6/15. Guess she means June 15th, and did arrive in time. Oh, she means 6:15 p.m. What day? And did arrive in time to get the free hat. Love a free hat. The venue was very nice. The guitar-shaped TV was awesome. The game was interactive throughout. The concessions were priced high and dirty. I like that. High and dirty. The customer service left much to be desired. By the end, I'm just reading that like a romance novel. Much to be desired. The concessions were priced high. Oh, I already read that. By the end of the 5th inning, the ballpark became more of a bar than a family-friendly baseball game.
That's
Man,
the same as that review you read last week.
Same. Is this like his life or something? Anyway, if this is what you're going for, then congrats. You have taken America's pastime. Oh, it's been pretty good so far. Right here is where we really get on a soapbox. You have taken America's pastime and turned it into a trashy frat party. I have seen minor league games in multiple states, and this has been the most disappointing one to date. It started so nice. 2 stars for the overall appearance of the venue and potential to be a wholesome and awesome experience for the whole family. Maybe we will try it again. ... That's 2 ellipses. Maybe not.
Dun, dun, dun. These reviews make me want to go back to Nashville.
Join
I
us.
want to see what this nightlife is about there.
Join us next week on the Adventures of Jessica Garcia. We went to a day game. I really want to go to a night game and see this party. Now that I'm 21, especially.
But it is Nashville, and we walked around down there.
That's a party town.
Yeah.
It was 45 degrees and people were shirtless drinking in the street. So, All right. Jennifer, I guess it's your turn because you really want to read this one. It's funny.
During a Nashville Sounds game, the food from the stadium's caterer was nasty. Got diarrhea from consuming food there. And the water from the fish tank container, in parentheses, they dispensed the water from, must have been contaminated with cleaning chemicals, causing my skin to physically change from normal skin to scaly reptilian skin, then back to normal right before my eyes.
And that's called LSD. That's what you were doing right before you were drunk.
Somebody put something in your drink.
Otherwise, it could have been hallucinations due to some hallucinogen in the cleaning chemicals they used in cleaning the water tank.
Here we go. Favorite part.
Diarrhea and hallucinations.
And there's your title for today's show. Diarrhea and hallucinations. Somebody slipped something in your drink.
I don't even know if that was a real review or what, but it entertained me. What was that? That was a 1-star review.
These people out here in Nashville
are passionate.
Yes.
Well, these 1-star reviews lead up to what happened yesterday because we haven't wrote any reviews.
Good segue, Alan.
But you guys know all about our 1-star review if we had to write one. We went to Winston yesterday. Well, me and Lucas Jennifer was supposed to go, but we had a bad thunderstorm here, and when the storm comes, she gets a headache. And so it was just me and Jennifer. And we met up with
the weather lady.
You and Alan? You're Alan.
Yeah.
You and Lucas.
Me and Lucas. And we met up with Donna, Jeremy, and Scott,
Gary.
and Gary. And we convoyed down to Winston-Salem because we wanted to surprise the guys. And it was really good. But
Stop the presses.
Hey,
It's something
well,
positive.
again, I'm going to throw Jeremy's video out. He just uploaded it today. Go check it out. The reason it was good is because we had no interaction with anybody that worked there except for the people in the team store.
That's how you get a good experience at Winston. Don't talk to anyone.
And the only reason they're happy in the team store is because they're in the AC. So, hell yeah, I'd be happy. But it was good. Got to see the guys, even though we lost, I think, 3-0 or 4-0. Controversial play at the end of the game. Yanio was safe. They called him out. I mean, he was blatantly safe. And well, then Rags just let the umpire have it. I mean, because really, what are you going to do? You're not going to eject him for the end of the game. You're walking off the field.
And that's why we don't want electronic umpiring.
So, but it was really cool. They got this. They had some nachos. They had macaroni and cheese and barbecue on them, and they come in the batter's helmet. So it was pretty cool.
I'm pretty sad I missed out on that.
Yeah, it was. But they were alright. The chips were stale.
Ah,
But that's to be expected when you get nachos. 9 times out of 10, your chips are going to be stale. But
especially at a ballpark.
yeah. So, but it was a good time. Got to see, like I said, see the guys before and after. Got to see Jameson Fisher. You know, we saw Fisher in down east, and you wouldn't recognize him because now he has long luscious locks.
Well, if he couldn't have the mustache, he's got to have something.
Because
He's
you know,
got the
he's
mustache
number 11,
back, too.
and so we
Oh.
looked him up. You know, he's number
Man.
11,
That guy's
and he was
good, isn't he?
he was taking batting practice, so he had his batter's helmet on, and number 11. Well, he took it off, and all of a sudden there goes that hair just a flowing. I'm like, that's not
him.
Fisher. Well, he turned around and took like 2 steps, and then you saw the huge caterpillar. That's Fisher. So, but it was cool. Like I said, down east, Josh pitched against him. Josh got him out. So we actually got a picture of that duel, and Lucas had Fisher sign it yesterday. We went to Salem. Fisher said he liked the picture and got Josh to sign it as well. And but yesterday, you know, at the home games, they come up to their own walk-up songs. You know, and Fisher was always had his Christian music and stuff for the past 2 years, which, you know, I don't care. It's great. But
Never mind.
his walk-up song now is awesome.
First of all, I'm not a big fan of Christian music as a walk-up song. I'm religious. If you're religious, that's great. But like, that don't get you pumped up. Come on, man.
It does stuff
It does
some
some.
people.
Hey, I guess yeah. But anyway, what's his new song?
It's a country song.
Okay, all right, give me a hint. I like country music. I can figure this out.
No, you can't.
Is it modern country or is it
No.
old country?
It's old country.
Okay, well, give me a hint.
I don't have the box.
This box set at Ollie's or any kind of bargain store like that.
Conway Twitty? Is it any Conway Twitty? Okay, no, is it
It's the greatest country music artist ever.
the greatest country music artist ever? Shania Twain? No, okay.
I see the box set from right here.
Yeah, it's right over there. In the sports crate.
You're gonna have to tell me.
Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks. You think Garth Brooks is the greatest country
Yes,
music
I
artist
do.
of all time?
Yes.
Johnny Cash. Not Johnny Cash isn't even my favorite country artist, but like that's the first one that came to mind. I like a lot of country music, but for some reason my mind's going blank. I mean Conway Twitty.
Luke Bryan's my favorite.
No. But he's
Anyway.
even Luke Bryan's more country than Garth Brooks, though.
You're an idiot.
Really?
Yeah.
Straight up dumb. But Colin Baton Rouge, which is one of my favorites because it just brings back childhood memories of Mom and everything. But anyway, so that was super cool. He did hit a shot out to right field and made me happy, but made me sad because Yanio
Are you gonna look up that song? Because you have no idea what it is.
overran it, and Fisher got the second. But again, we had a good time. So as long as you don't talk to anybody working there,
Waylon Jennings.
okay, look up the most grossed,
Willie Nelson.
most
Thomas Rhett.
No.
You're an idiot.
Alan Jackson.
Jason Aldean.
Jennifer, just stop.
Randy Travis.
Hank Williams. But Garth Brooks is your favorite country?
Garth Brooks is my favorite. So, just childhood stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I gave him another shot. Said I never would. Don asked me if I wanted to go, and I was like, I'll go since you asked. So
Not even my favorite Brooks.
screw Don.
That's not there. That's two guys. That's not the same guy. It's a group. They're a duo.
Same difference. It's got the name. So, all right. I think it's time to get into something serious.
Oh man! All right,
Because do you know what yesterday was?
Hold up! I gotta take off my silly hat. Put on my serious hat. All right, now what was yesterday?
You don't know? You don't know?
Yesterday was Saturday, July 19th, 20th, 2019.
Yeah.
You know what happened last year on that day?
Yep.
We dedicated the Red Sea.
That's right. So yesterday marked the 1-year anniversary of Hickory Crawdads displaying the Remember Everyone Deployed.org seat in the stadium. So, which brings us to this. We had some exciting news this week. Warner Enterprises, who is like the major supporter of Red right now, they have their trucks. I think they have 2 trucks. They have the trucks wrapped in Red logos, so they're out driving and huge billboard for Red. They donated $20,000 to Red this week. So, you hear us talk about it all the time, but I'm sure you don't know what it is. The organization started back in 2016, so it's only 3 years old. Not a lot of people think about it because everybody thinks for people doing something for the soldiers, they want to think about Wounded Warrior because they've been around a while. And this is what I'm saying. Wounded Warrior started out just like Red. Nobody knew nothing, and now look at them. They're worldwide, and when you think of helping soldiers, that's who you're particularly going to help, is those guys. But we want to do something for Red. We want to get the word out so we can help them. Wounded Warrior is for the wounded soldiers. Okay, 9 times out of 10. Red is a company or an organization who wants to help everybody that wears a uniform, wounded or non, and then also their families.
And that's what RED stands for. The acronym is Remember Everyone Deployed.
So, it doesn't mean wartime deployed. It means you are not here in the United States with your family. You could be deployed, overseas in Germany, Korea, wherever. You're not at home with your family. So that's what we want people to understand, that we're helping those guys and the families that are connected with them people, the soldiers. So, if you want to...
All right. Well, I got an article right here that they did, and then Alan can finish out the rest of that after I'm done with that. So it has the history of the first dedicated Red seat at LP Friends Stadium. This article comes from Red, and it says, clear my throat, real serious reading voice. Army veteran Alan Moody noticed after traveling and visiting other ballparks that the Hickory Crawdads were missing a very important staple in their ballpark, a seat in recognition of our military service members. And which was the first ballpark that you noticed it in? Charlotte?
It was actually Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond.
Flying Squirrels.
Okay. With this realization, he approached Crawdads general manager Mark Seaman with the idea to bring this much-needed addition to LP Friends. Alan wanted something different from other ballparks, something not just in remembrance of the prisoners of wars and missing in actions, but something to honor those brave men and women currently deployed. The Red seat, located in Hickory, North Carolina at LP Friends Stadium, home of the Hickory Crawdads, was installed during the 2018 season. This Red seat was an original seat from when the stadium first opened. Renovations in 2014 replaced all of the Red Stadium seats with green. One lone Red seat remained in the ballpark office, and this is the seat that is now proudly displayed with the red plaque as an open seat waiting for those that serve to keep us free and safe. During the 2019 season, Allen has continued his support for the Red organization. Allen enlisted the help of Ethan Benfield, that's me, that's Allen by the way, host of the Dirty Balls podcast, which Allen co-hosts, so always remember, you're just the co-host, just kidding. We're equals. Allen chose to select pitcher Hans Krause, Texas Rangers' #1 prospect, and made a pledge to donate $3 for each strikeout Hans accumulated for the Crawdads this season. As of July 11th, 2019, Hans has 45 strikeouts. Ethan chose catcher Sam Huff, Texas Rangers' #21 prospect, and pledged $5 for each home run Sam hit with the Crawdads this season. Sam had an amazing first half to the 2019 season and garnered 15 home runs before being promoted to the Wood Ducks and eventually being selected as a player in the MILB Futures game, where he was chosen as game MVP. I still have a few of those donations left. I've made 8 of them so far, but we're getting there. Allen formed a friendship after some fierce haggling, and I was there, it was fierce, with Kansas City Royals 2014 first-round draft pick Chase Below in the 2016 season when Chase played for the Lexington Legends. Chase and Allen kept in touch via social media, and seeing how important the Red organization is to Allen, Chase made a charitable donation in 2019. So, while we're over here talking about ourselves, we got to remember, thank you so much to Chase as well.
Yeah, definitely thank you to Chase. Sam, he's actually made 2 donations, I think, and Hans, for doing what he's supposed to do, strike everybody out. So I'm going broke. So he's still in Hickory. He pitched the other night. He only had 1 strikeout, but still $3. So to kind of divert away from it, talking to Sam and the MVP thing, Jeremy asked him yesterday because I wanted to know. There was a picture of Sam and the kid, Ken Griffey Jr., which growing up, my age. You've seen him play a little bit, right?
At the end a little.
Yeah. I mean, this was the guy who every kid would turn their hat backwards and try to have the sweetest swing in baseball.
When I was in Little League, like the first couple of years when I was 5, 6, and 7, kids kept turning their hats around backwards. And
I mean, that's the man that started it.
And that was all the way in the 2000s when he was almost retired.
Griffey was the man. And I went to go say, bye to Yanio, but Jeremy asked him.
I'll do it right now.
What, how was it, Ken Griffey Jr. was coaching you? And Sam said, man, it was a dream come true for a kid. And I think it's funny because, I don't know if Sam ever watched him play, but, you know who he is. The guy was selected to the Hall of Fame, 99.8% of the votes.
And that just doesn't happen.
That will never happen again. So, and he said that Sam was telling him during batting practice, Griffey walked up to him and said, kid, you got some power. And he said, and Sam's like, that came from Ken Griffey Jr. He said, that put me on cloud 9.
That would have put me on cloud 46.
Yes. So, but again, thank you so much for Sam for doing what you're doing. He had another home run the other night. He's up to 25 home runs this season. So continue to keep doing it. You got more than Joey Gallo right now. I think I haven't kept up with Joey. So, but yeah. Anyway, back to Red.
And thank you to Major League Baseball for juicing the balls so that we could get this far. That's a joke. We'll leave that if you want.
Back to Hans, he got 7 strikeouts the other night.
7.
On the 12th in Delmarva.
I thought it was just 1.
Oh, 7. He had 1 in Hagerstown on the 18th, the week before, last Friday. He had 7.
Oh my God, I'm broke, and I got a new car payment. So if y'all want to help me donate to this organization, hey, go for it.
Yeah, everybody. Red, it's remember everyone deployed at 403 North Bayshore Boulevard, Jacksonville, North Carolina. You can get in touch at 888-812-5733, or you can go to their website, remembereveryonedeployed.org.
I think that's the only thing that I don't like about Red.
What?
You got to take all that out if you want to go to the website. That's just a bunch of.
That's first world problems for sure.
Other than that, everything's great. What they want to do, like I said, is they want to help everybody. The cornerstone of Red's nonprofit, they raise awareness about the hardships and deployed service members and their families, because again, they're deployed, your families are back home, they're working just as hard as the people that are fighting for us, because it's a pain, it's a hardship. I mean, my brother, you know, when he goes out, well, he's out of the military now, but when he went out doing his thing, you worry all the time.
My cousin's not been home in 2 years.
You know, you try to do something to take your mind off of it, but when you hear something on the news and you're just like, oh God, you know, please don't let nothing happen. So, and they, you know, want to make sure, you know, you're remembered until they always come home.
And everybody knows somebody that's out there.
They want to provide direct aid to deployed active duty military and their family. They want to reduce the stress of military life, because God, is it stressful. Just provide peace of mind and happiness. We really, like I said, want to get the word out for this organization. We're going to use the funds to donate. The donations make the funds available to maintain the program, of course. They want to provide the military volunteers with acts of kindness, contributions to reduce the stress and improve the mental well-being of everyone involved with everything. You know, and we spread the public awareness because we wear red every day, every Friday. I wear it every day. They've got more bracelets coming. I have not taken this bracelet off in 1 year. The day that I put it on, and it's not come off yet. It's faded, but we're getting new ones in. So if you want one, I'm not sure how much they are. I think they're like $3 or $5.
They got T-shirts too.
Let me know.
Does all the everything from the T-shirts go in?
Everything goes back.
Okay.
I mean, yes, we're going to take, you know, how much to recuperate the money for what the shirts cost, but everything stays in house.
All of the profit goes directly to the organization.
Yes. And they want to give like pre-deployment dinners for soldiers and their families, you know, care packages. That's, like I said, what I want to do at Christmas time, because it's no bigger thrill as a soldier. You're sitting around missing your family, and it comes mail time and you get a package, you know. So, and those are important because, God, washing socks by hand sucks. So, and baby wipes, they're like gold. So, because sometimes you don't have showers and you just got to take a whore bath with a baby wipe. I mean, that's just what it is. So, but, and during the deployment, they want to provide child care, you know, with some of the families. That way they can go do what they got to do for job interviews, or go, you know, go to the grocery store, and they don't want to take the brats with them. And so, but yeah. And during the deployment, the family members, they want to have movie days with the kids, carnivals for the kids. They want to have cards and letters written to the deployed members. They want to give the spouses, particularly the females, a day of beauty, take them to a spa, you know, just to get their mind off everything. If they need to go somewhere and they don't have their car for some reason, you know, help them out with that. Meal trains for spouses who have babies during their spouse's deployment. Military family visitors and donors can personally assemble care packages. And so when the guys come home, guys and gals come home, they want to have a big, you know, poster making event. They want to have a big welcome home party, and again, a day of beauty for the ones home. So, you know, you want to look nice for when they come home. So, and they want to have dinners for when they get home. Take them out to eat. Leave the kids with the babysitter so they can go have fun. But, you know, it's just, this is a huge organization. It's not just, like I said, for the wounded people, which we need to take care of those guys as well, you know, mentally, physically wounded. But this one right here, like I said, it's for everybody. So if you can donate, please donate. Like I said, go to remembereveryonedeployed.org. They have a donations button, you know, and if you don't want to do that, you can get in touch with one of us. We can point you in the right direction. We just want to get the word out. And please do everything you can if you can. And with that, that's it.
All right. So I guess turning it back to baseball for the last few minutes of the podcast, since I guess we're almost at that time. Alan, you want to give me the promotions for the upcoming homestand?
I forgot all
Yeah, I
about
didn't
that.
thought about that.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
We can talk about
Probably
Chase
just
for a
do
minute.
it right here.
Well,
Chase's the last 10 games. Chase has had 33 at bats, 21 strikeouts, and 4 hits.
All right.
That's not all right.
It's all right for. Oh, that's because he's not prominent. Not for him.
So, okay. Tuesday starts our homestand. We're back at it. So we're going to take on the West Virginia Power. Game time's at 7 o'clock. Tuesday, it's $1 dog. Tuesday, you get $2 craft pints. So, always a good time for
Get
that.
your blue moons.
Get your bowl drop.
Get your bowl drop. Wednesday, 7 o'clock. It's a kid win Wednesday. All kids 12 and under get a free ticket, free meal voucher, free bounce house speed pitch, and a carousel voucher. To every Wednesday night game. It's also Wine Wednesday support brought to you by Catawba Farms and Carolina Vines. Really good wine. And it's also video game night, celebrating the history of video games. If you dress up as your favorite character, you'll get a discounted $6 ticket.
Ooh.
Who you coming dressed as?
I don't know. I've got ideas.
Oh Lord. All right, Thursday, 7 o'clock. Again, the Power. It's a Thirsty Thursday. So, and it's also, this is my favorite. I've been waiting for this one.
Oh.
It's a tribute to Tom Hanks night. Granted, they're only going to show one flipping clip all night long.
No, it'll be at least 2. You got Forrest Gump and Castaway.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who I'm going to come as on video game night.
Okay.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Please don't take your shirt in. Don't do that.
I wouldn't be Stone Cold with that. I got the car. I got the.
But you don't have the arms, guys.
I got the jeans shorts and
It's
the
like
boots.
Pebblestone.
All I need is a ball, like a bald
You're
cap
like
or
warm
whatever.
pebble.
Like
That's what you. That's the warm pebble.
Well, I don't have. I play a lot of wrestling games, and I don't
You
have.
should just dress up as a hockey player when they come in. NHL 2019, baby. But anyway, I got a Hurricanes jersey. So you,
Yes,
there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
do that.
Teravainen jersey. Because I look like Teuvo Teravainen.
Just get you some black paint and put on one of your teeth.
Teeth. Yeah.
Teeth.
Tooths.
Your toothlesses.
Okay, all right.
All right. Anyway,
promotions.
Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks has the most famous characters in movie history. That's no lie. And that night they want to honor him and all he's done for the entertainment industry. And you might win a prize if you find Wilson. Dress as one of Tom Hanks' characters, get a $6 ticket.
It's pretty easy.
What you doing outside there?
It's pretty easy to just take a volleyball and write Wilson on it, and then just be like, "Hey, I found Wilson. Where's my prize?"
You gotta have, it's gotta have that
Yeah.
handprint.
Yeah. Okay, well that might be a little bit harder.
What was that pirate movie he was in?
I don't know.
I'm the captain.
Captain Phillips.
Yeah, that was it.
I mean, I like Wilson.
Oh, in that airplane
Saving
movie.
Private
He was in
Ryan.
that airplane movie, wasn't
Sully.
he? Yeah, that one.
The voice of Woody from Toy Story.
You,
That
yes!
would be Woody.
You get your little kid cowboy out, like in that picture
Like in the
from
picture from Nashville.
Yes.
Yeah. It all comes full circle, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. So
Alan
Friday,
could be Buzz.
And then
I'll become Buzz.
when we see you walking by.
You can say Andy's coming.
Yeah, and then we'll all
on the concourse, just passed out. That'd be great. I'll be Woody.
All right, Friday we take on the Asheville Tourist. It's the Wild West night.
Giddy up,
I can
Barker.
be Woody 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
Double Woody.
Break out your boots and your nicest cowboy hat for our Wild West night.
I
The
have
players
both.
will also be wearing the Wild West specialty jersey that will be auctioned off after the game. If you wear cowboy boots and a hat, you'll get a $6 ticket.
And you can go to any old gas station and get a $10 plastic cowboy hat if you want to show up wearing that.
And it's also a fireworks night.
I'd have my old cowboy hat if that freaking pie cap didn't take it at the tailgate party 2 years ago at school. Sorry.
And there's also a ticket offer. You can camp out under the stars. You got to fill out a form and all this good stuff. But if you want to camp out in the outfield at the stadium that night, go to the website. You can find it. Yeah, have fun with that.
Kappas are dicks.
Saturday.
Stay focused.
Saturday.
It's
It's 5
a
o'clock.
Christian concert.
We're going down east. Woo. It's going to happen.
There seems to be a vote.
Micah Taylor will be
Isn't it Tyler?
Tyler,
Mine
whatever.
said Tyler.
I don't know.
I don't know. So,
Excuse his
Down
ignorance.
East Wood Ducks are giving
Ignorance,
these
because I don't like
awesome
Christian
Not
music.
yours too.
Oh, okay.
ballpark hats
Can't
for
read
the
his
first
name.
1,000 fans, and they look super awesome. So we all want to go down there, except for Jennifer. She can stay home and go to the Christian concert.
The worst thing about the Christian concert is the I don't know anything about baseball. I'm just here for the promotion crowd is always the worst on those nights.
So Sunday, the game's at 5. It's a church bulletin Sunday. You should know the deal about that by now. It's hospitality night, so if you're in that industry, show your ID and you'll get a free ticket. And it's also father-daughter date night. So it's the same thing as the mother-son date night. Just bring your daughter. What's up, everybody? Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the promotions, it cut off. There wasn't really that much left. We just plugged Jeremy's channel like we always do, and Jennifer told a silly little story about Wendy's.
Why is your finger in the screen?
So, yeah, that's all that happened. We finished the because the promotion about the Sunday, the daughter thing, that was the last promotion. So Jennifer told a silly story about a guy at Wendy's that had skinny arms just like mine. We plugged Jeremy's channel, and then Alan said,
Wear red on Friday and go visit the sugar truck.
yeah, so there you go. There's episode 39 of the Dirty Balls podcast. Thanks for watching.